Have you ever wondered why you send out hundreds of resumes and all you get back is silence? Are you sure a real human ever saw your resume? Or did it die at the door before it even touched anyone's eyes? And the worst part is, many companies still post intern roles, but ask for 2 years of experience, like they want a beginner. Without paying the cost of training a beginner, I am Max. I am here from 5 years ahead. And I will tell you a cold truth. AI does not read your resume the way you think. It scores you, then removes you in seconds, faster than you can even take a breath. In this video, I will break down why entry-level jobs are disappearing, why the apply button is turning into a trap, and 3 practical steps to get through that filter. Not to make you feel better, but to show you the way out. Why do you do everything right? You graduate. You build a clean resume. You apply every day, and it still feels like you are talking to a wall. Why can one hiring season turn you from confident into doubtful until you start thinking you must be the problem? Is the problem really you? Or is it the invisible gate blocking you at the start? Or maybe you are trying to get hired using old rules. While the new rules were written by machines, and machines do not have feelings to feel sorry for you. We are going to make it clear right now. Welcome to the story, the resume black hole. And now, keep walking with Survive AI. Right now, you need 3 answers. Why the silence? Why the experience demands feel insane? And how to survive when all you have is a degree and a blank page. Meet Trina. She just graduated, studied communications, lives in Hong Kong, and believed that if she kept applying, she would get a chance. In one summer month, she sent more than 400 applications, and the result was a clean 0. No calls, no interviews, not even a decent rejection email. Trina is not rare. She looks like tens of thousands of young people standing at the start line, then realizing the racetrack has been moved somewhere else. The scary part is how quiet this can drive you crazy. You do not know what you did wrong, because you do not even know who is judging you. And when you cannot see the opponent, you start blaming yourself. That is the first psychological trap of the resume black hole. Now, look closely at what Trina submits every day. A neat resume file, a short cover note, a few correct skills. Then she clicks Apply and hopes, but many hiring systems today do not work like an HR desk. They work like a filtering machine, and you are just a data row moving through a pipeline. If your resume misses one phrase, the system expects it drops to the bottom before anyone opens it. You are not rejected because you are bad. You are rejected because you do not match the template. Meanwhile, many entry-level tasks used to be basic data cleanup, simple reporting, simple content writing, admin support, work that can be measured, repeated, and standardized. And you already know where this goes. AI does it faster, cheaper, and it never asks for a raise. So the front door into a career gets tighter, not because you arrived late, but because the door is being replaced by a scanner. When a business plugs AI into the process, it saves training time, reduces low-level errors, and speeds up like it added a new engine. But the price is that an entire generation loses the first rung of the ladder, the place where young workers used to learn through small mistakes, real friction, and low pay that still led somewhere. That is why you see the brutal paradox. The entry-level job still exists on the screen, but the requirement says 2 years of experience. Like a cruel joke. You think optimizing your resume is enough. Not yet. In the US, some people have paid about $1,500 to $5,000 just to improve their chances of getting past the first gate and reaching a hiring manager. That is the new game. And it is not fair. But if you understand the mechanism, you still have a path. In the next part, I will show you how reverse recruiting works and why the apply button is slowly dying. You think you are applying for a job, but in many places, they are also collecting data about you. Trina clicks Apply, and the system tracks every tap. It tracks how long she pauses on the salary question. It tracks where she quits, a long form. To AI, that is Signal. It uses Signal to measure patience, measure stress, and then prioritize people who match a past successful hire, or people it thinks will accept the terms. You are no longer a person with a story. You are a score moving through a pipeline. And when you get rejected, you get no feedback. Because feedback costs money. Silence is the cheapest way to say no. And there is another quiet problem that locks the door for beginners. Some companies post jobs to test the market. Not to hire today. They want to see how many people will accept that pay. They want to build a resume pool for later. Trina sees the same role disappear, then come back with a new title and a slightly edited description, but the same job underneath. Each time it returns, the demands go up, the pay feels lower, and the response time gets longer. This is not a game you win by applying more. Applying more just burns you out faster. You need a different route, or you will get trapped in the loop. This is where the apply button starts to die. It used to be the front door. Now it is an automatic gate, where you get matched to a hard checklist. That checklist is often not written by the manager. It is built from HR rules, legal fears, old templates, and then AI turns it into a stronger filter. That is why entry level can still demand experience. No one is sitting there trying to be cruel. They are trying to avoid risk. They fear a bad hire. They fear training time. AI promises less risk, so they hold on to it. And when they hold on to it, beginners become the victim. Because beginners look like risk to the machine. But there is a weak spot. AI filters fast, but it filters by pattern. It is great at rejecting anything off pattern. And that is exactly where you can slip in, if you understand the game. Trina tries a different approach. She stops applying everywhere. She picks 10 companies. She studies what they sell and what they are struggling with. Then she writes her intro like an offer, not a request. She sends a short email to the hiring manager with 1 page of mini-proof. One real thing she did, one clear result she produced, and for the first time, a real human replies. Not because she became better overnight, but because she changed the point of contact and avoided the machine gate. You see it now. Reverse recruiting is not arrogance. It is understanding that when the front door is guarded by a machine, you enter through the side door of trust. A manager does not want to read 800 resumes. They want one person who can solve a real pain inside the team. This week, AI does not understand that pain like a human does. It only understands keywords. So if you only optimize keywords, you are playing on the machine's field. But if you bring proof, you pull the game back to the human field. Next, I will give you 3 practical steps to do exactly that. Even if you do not have perfect experience, and no one is referring you, Step 1 to escape the resume black hole is this. Stop acting like a job application machine, because you are feeding a bigger machine. Trina starts by choosing one clear direction, then rewriting her story and outcomes, not tasks. So any reader can see what she produced, not just what she did. She builds a 1-page mini-proof, like a piece of evidence. Before, after, a number or a clear impact, and absolutely no fluff. When you have proof you can hold, you are no longer asking for a chance with a promise. You are offering a chance with something visible. That is the moment the filter gets confused, because AI loves identical templates. But real proof rarely looks identical. Step 2 is changing the door. Trina stops throwing her resume into apply and praying. She targets the person with real pain, the person who gets blamed if the hire fails. That person is usually the direct manager. She sends a short message in a normal voice. No begging, no flattery, just a clear line that she understands what the team needs. And she attaches the mini-proof as her hello. She does less of this, but she does it deeply. And the reply rate becomes higher than hundreds of apply clicks. Remember this, managers do not hate beginners. They hate risk. And when you bring clear proof, you reduce risk for them. That pulls the game off the machine's table and back onto the human table. Step 3 is creating experience in a way the market can verify. You cannot wait for someone to hand you the first chance when the door is tight. Trina picks a small problem that matches her field, builds a short project in a few days, then presents it like a real case. She uses public data or a realistic simulation, so anyone can see how she thinks and how she decides. When you have something people can open, review, and judge, you stop being trapped by, I have no experience. You switch to say, here is how I solve problems. And this is the key. You are not doing it to show off. You are doing it to create a new contact point, where AI cannot erase you just because you missed a keyword. Now a human is looking at your ability, not a machine scanning your file. When Trina follows those 3 steps, what happens is not magic. It is movement. She still uses apply, but apply is no longer her only door. It becomes a backup option. Her real front door becomes proof and trust. She gets her first interview call, not from the perfect company, but from a small team that needs real work done and is tired of identical resumes. The market is hard. Yes, and someone out there will sell you the fantasy that paying money is the only way through the gate. But the long-term fix is still the same. Understand the mechanism, then take the right detour. If you want this series to keep exposing the next invisible gates inside hiring, you already know what to do with the subscribe button. The earlier you do it, the less you will pay in time. In the next episode, I will talk about something even more frustrating than rejection. You get hired, but your pay gets pushed down because AI makes skills feel cheaper, and you do not know how to negotiate without getting stuck at the bottom. We will break down how companies price you in this era, and how you reprice yourself with proof, not wishes. And for now, remember this. You do not need to beat the machine gate. You just need to go around it. Then step into the place where humans have to listen. Just one light reminder. I am Max, and I want you to enter this new market with a clear strategy, not a pile of hopeless applications. I will see you in the next video.